So obviously, one of the biggest parts of making an open source project is getting it out there so other people can use it. Um, and there's a lot of different ways that you can get your project out there. You can make your own site. Um, you can put things on GitHub. You can put things on Thingiverse. Um, Something that we've used a lot in academia is OSF. It's kind of trying to fill that niche of being available for like science data sets and hardware and things like that. So I'm going to walk you through just creating a new project. I'm going to assume that you've created a new account. It's not that difficult to do. So creating a new project, we're going to enter a title here. So I'm just going to call this Wingding. You should have a descriptive title in here. And yes, you probably don't have any templates available to you. And for description, we can enter this later, so we'll get to that. But why don't we put something in? So maybe like a 1 or 2 sentence description. This device solves the problem of world hunger. Please replicate it. 2 sentences is probably a good short description. All right, so the new project has been created successfully. Let's go to the project. So now we've got, right, contributor is me, the name of it, short description. So what we want to do is we want to add a file into this. Let me see if I can just find a quick file here. How about this guy, right? What's this water slide? Oh, cool. Okay. Or how about pizza? What's pizza? Perfect. Let's throw that in here. So I'm taking my files that I want, and you can also go to this. Well, let's go to the files area. It doesn't really make a difference. But I want to drag a file into this. So it's going through and uploading. And there we go. So now this file is on the repository. And so what you need to be putting up here are all of the files that are required to replicate your device. And so it wouldn't hurt. Well, yeah, I would just put the files to replicate your device. And then back in the overview, you probably want to either edit. There's 2 ways you can do it. One, maybe just in the description, you can give some information about. I would probably beef it up a little bit and put a little bit more information about what the device is doing. And this is kind of be like your hardware in context that you'd be like using in a paper or something like that. The other thing you can do is add a wiki page, right, like your first wiki page. This is some more info. And we save this. And now that info comes up there. So that might be a good spot to kind of give information about how to replicate it or things like that. So if you have a manuscript, you might want to throw your manuscript up there as well, just to kind of go along with how this thing works. And then once you've got everything, you've got all your files, and you can organize them within subfolders and things like that. Once this guy's ready to rock and roll, you can click on this guy and make it public. I'm not going to make this project public because it's a bunch of garbage for demonstration purposes. But once you make it public, right, it's out there for other people to see, and it'll be on Google and all that stuff. And then what you want to do is copy this URL, and that's basically how you can go about sharing this thing. You also kind of have that available as a citation here too. So that's other information that you can use to share this. Some other things that are useful is you can make these things called registrations. Registrations are frozen copies of your repository saying like, this is version 1 and everything is perfect, and I'm going to freeze it like that. So creating registrations can be nice, especially something that we do in HardwareX is when we publish papers, we ask the authors to create a registration of their work at the time of publication, just so even if things get changed, um, right, your design gets updated and all that stuff, it's really nice to have a copy of the design that goes exactly with what the paper said it was, because otherwise, if it doesn't quite reconcile one-to-one, it can get a little bit more confusing. Yeah, so it's reasonably basic to go through creating a repository, and you can use like command line commands to interface with this and things like that. But I don't really think that's necessary for this level of work.